All right. We'll open it up to questions. The girls finished first overall, and we had a finisher who was second overall. So, whenever you guys are ready.
Yeah, so I believe this is 2 years in a row you guys have won this event. So
Correct, yeah.
What's that mean for you guys as a program, and just talk about that?
I mean, obviously, it's always nice to win at home. It's always nice to represent on campus, in front of your community, in front of your people. It's important. You don't see it a lot in this sport anymore. Everybody feels like they have to go and get on a plane and go somewhere. But it was cool to be at home. It was cool to be on such a fantastic course. Weather, just amazing. Beautiful day in Bowling Green. So yeah, it was a good day.
What's that like, running in front of the home fans on a course that you guys practice on?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's a bit of like we know. Particularly the older group. The younger group, this was their first race, so they're still kind of figuring out a little bit. But as you said, we get to train out here on pretty much whatever we want to, which is just a phenomenal facility and resource to have.
Last few days here in Bowling Green have been a little bit chilly, but today it's been a little bit on the warmer side. Can you just talk about, obviously cross country takes a lot of physicality, and we saw some guys at the end kind of puke and just kind of had to take a minute to breathe. So
yeah,
just talk about how like the weather plays such a big factor in like that whole physicality aspect of everything.
For sure. When we're talking about endurance sports, the weather plays a massive role in kind of what happens. And we've had some mornings at freezing lately, and you get a bit of a warmer afternoon, and particularly with the group that's going a little further, the guys going a little further, it's gonna hit them a little bit more, but luckily it wasn't anything like too out of bounds from a temperature standpoint.
You had 4, I believe, finishers in the top 10. Can you talk about that success that you guys had here today?
Yeah, it was a nice pack. It was a nice group. It hasn't been exactly kind of the same group as we've gone throughout the season. It's kind of changed a little bit here and there, but it's nice to see the consistency of having that group, and it was nice to see some of the people that kind of worked themselves into that today that hadn't been there over the last race or two.
Specifically Reese, can you talk about her performance?
Yeah, had a really nice day. Just growing into the season, the whole freshman class is just learning a lot really quickly, as you have to. But yeah, had a really nice day. Put herself in a good spot early. Stuck really well through the middle. I mean, she's a little bit more of a midi, so the middle can be kind of a tough moment to kind of focus through and stick through, and she did that extremely well.
We're going into MAC play. How do you keep up this mentality that you had today for such a great race?
Yeah, I mean, 2 weeks for us is the moment, and then 13 days after that with the NCAA Regional Championships is the moment. So we've been building towards those moments all summer and all fall, and I feel like we're in a good place. Our best races are in front of us. Let's put it that way. I feel really confident about that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to heading to Ball State and Akron here over the next couple of races.
What kind of momentum does the results here today give you guys going into those two?
I think it's how we interpret it. It's how we interpret the results. So this is a bit of a head game, in terms of what was it like 2 weeks ago, what was it like last year, what was and just you can play a lot of that if you really, really want to. But I think it was a positive day. We worked hard. That's going to be the message. Like, regardless of whatever the numbers were, like, we worked hard today, and we have to be really proud of that effort. And we know that's going to get us bigger things as we move forward.
Any other questions for Coach? Cool. Thanks, Coach.
Roll on.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.